Hey, what's going on guys? It's Krishna here, back at it with another Pokemon Go PvP video. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at a pretty interesting team with Sunny Cherrim, Whiscash and Registeel. Now, the best part about this team is the spammability of charge moves, basically with Cherrim and Whiscash being able to spam out those charge moves at an insane rate, thereby I think helping you gain control of the match. Now, I've been running a pretty meta line of Registeel, Azumarill, and Meganium. That did work well briefly, but the fact that it gets so predictable, especially at these higher ranks, can be a little difficult. Yeah, I mean, Go Battle League has been tough, especially at the higher ranks. I mean, the competition has been way more than it was in preseason or in season 1. I think the skill level of trainers has really gone up to another level, so it's becoming really hard to actually pull out those wins, especially in rank 8. So I decided to give this team a try and I had some good success. So if you guys are really struggling with some battles in rank 8, I would highly recommend giving this team a try. Now, this team is not without a weakness. It does have a few weaknesses which we are going to talk about during the course of the video and probably after that as well. But for now, let's just get straight into these battles. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Okay, so let's get started. Before that, I just have to power up my Cherrim right here. I did unlock the secondary charge move. Been wanting to try it for a very long time, but have refrained from doing so. But I can finally try it out now because I feel like it's essential for my team composition. So for this team, I'm going to actually be leading with Sableye. Leading with Sunny Cherrim. And then I'm going to be having Whiscash and then Registeel in the back. So both Cherrim and Whiscash are able to spam out those charge moves, and then I have Registeel in the back. It's one of the few times, actually it's been a very long time since I've not run Azumarill in any of my Great League battles. It's tough leaving Azumarill out. It's one of my favorite Pokemon, so I never get tired of it. But for this team composition, I feel like this is the best one. So we're met with a Sableye right here, which is an okay matchup. It's a pretty neutral matchup, but I'm going to be able to get to these weather balls quicker than he can get to foul plays because Cherrim is super spammy, as you can see. Bullet Seed just generates energy so quickly. He's going to get off a foul play. I'm going to commit a shield right here because Cherrim isn't the most tankiest Pokemon. It isn't super squishy, but it's kind of squishy. So, but still, I'm going to be able to outpace him to those charge moves. I expect him to mirror shields right here, which he does. So this Sableye is getting low. He's going to be able to get off another foul play, and I'm going to shield this up because I know I can get to another weather ball, and I'm going to force him to shield if he wants to maintain switch advantage. So I'm going to get off another weather ball right here. This should pressure his second shield. If it doesn't, it probably is going to take the Sableye out. He does commit a shield. Now he actually makes a switch into Azumarill, and then I go straight into Registeel. Now this is a great opportunity missed right here because he went into Azumarill, and then I was probably only 4 bullet seeds away from a solar beam. So I probably could have beamed right there, right? I mean, there was a golden opportunity lost. I switch into my Registeel for some reason and eat this Hydro Pump, which is not super great. Gonna be able to get off this Flash Cannon right here for some nice neutral damage to the Azumarill. It's gonna get it low, not take it out. Unfortunately, he's gonna be able to get off another charge move right here. Which is okay because this Azumarill is now in farmable range for my Cherrim. I'm going to be able to farm down with Bullet Seed, and now I have a bunch of energy. And with why do I keep calling it Sableye? I'm so sorry. But when Cherrim has a lot of energy, it's going to do a lot of damage. Sableye comes out, I'm going to be able to take it out instantly with Weather Ball. I don't know if it had energy or not, and then out comes Registeel. I'm almost at another Weather Ball. I'm going to be able to get it off. This is pretty much GG's right here because I still have Whiscash at the back, and yeah. This is looking great. Again, just by pure spammability of charge moves from both Whiscash and Cherrim, you can completely dominate, especially against Pokemon like Registeel, which is going to be weak to fire and ground moves. So at this point, he decides to leave the match because there's nothing he can do. Even a Focus Blast wouldn't kill him. He's going to have to basically get off 2 Focus Blasts, which is not going to happen because I'm going to be able to get to another Mud Bomb. So he decides to leave the match. So that was GG's. A pretty good start to this team right here, and let's move on to the next one. So we're met with a Gastrodon, a Mud Boy. This is a very favorable lead for us. Bullet Seeds are doing double super effective damage, as you can see, absolutely chunking. He goes into Alolan Sandslash. Now I got off this Weather Ball because Alolan Sandslash is double weak to fire because of the Steel Ice typing on it. I get off the second Weather Ball before he's going to get off a charge move. Now I have used Alolan Sandslash a lot during preseason because I know but I know it can spam out charge moves like I try to switch out to hopefully catch the Ice Punch onto Registeel, but unfortunately he's going to be able to get it off. So at this point I'm going to stay in and try and get off another Weather Ball right here. Now his but he's able to get off another charge move. So Alolan Sandslash, again, it's a pretty good Pokemon. It can spam out those charge moves, especially Ice Punches. So I build up to Weather Ball and then switch into Whiscash because I know I can get off this Mud Bomb, which is going to do super effective damage against this Alolan Sandslash because it's part Steel. Probably could have stayed in with Cherrim and got off the Weather Ball, but I know there's a Gastrodon in the back and I probably want my Cherrim to be able to handle that towards endgame. So I'm going to be able to farm it down at this range. So out comes Gastrodon and I'm going to go straight for Blizzard. Now Blizzard is going to be doing some heavy neutral damage to this Gastrodon because of its ground water typing. It does a significant amount of damage. It does about 60% of Gastrodon's health. He's going to get off a Body Slam right here and go straight into Altaria and instantly delete my Whiscash, which is fine. We still have a full health Registeel in the back, which is going to completely wall this Altaria. But I'm going to go into Cherrim. And yeah, I'm just going to get off a Weather Ball just to get this Altaria in double Flash Cannon range. So at this point, 2 Flash Cannons are guaranteed going to KO from this range. So that's exactly why I decided to do that. So we have a Sky Attack coming through from Altaria. Not going to do a whole lot, but those Dragon Breaths along with Sky Attacks are definitely going to add up. So I'm going to have to be wary of that. So I'm going to get off this Flash Cannon. It does a significant amount of damage, gets this Altaria into yellow. So he's going to get off another charge move right here, which is absolutely fine. It's going to get us into the yellow, but we're going to be able to get off another Flash Cannon. He makes a switch into Gastrodon. I don't know if this was a sack swap. Either way, I'm going to have to throw the charge move because Lock-on's not going to be enough and I don't want him to get off another charge move. So he comes in with Altaria right here. I switch into Cherrim just to make sure I get off this Weather Ball. Because Cherrim is so spammy, and even though it has such a poor matchup against Altaria, because Altaria is super low, this Weather Ball is going to be enough to KO. So Cherrim again coming in super handy for me in this game, being able to come out on top, just come in handy towards the end of the game there, just being able to take out this Altaria. So yeah, GG's 2-0 right now, moving into the third set. So again, we have Cherrim lead onto Registeel. This is a very positive matchup for us. So we are going to be able to outpace this Registeel to those charge moves. So again, as you see, there's this over-tapping issue that we have. A lot of these charge moves are not really, because of over-tapping, they're not really, it's not really sending out those charge moves in time actually. So I'm going to be able to get off the second Weather Ball. Not going to shield the first Flash Cannon because I know it's not going to KO and he's going to have to basically throw another charge move to KO. So I'm going to get off another Weather Ball. Gets this Registeel super low. He's probably going to get off another charge move. I'm going to commit a shield right here because I want to maintain switch advantage, which I think is really crucial with this team composition. So I'm going to get off a Weather Ball right here. Let's see if he decides to shield. He's up a shield right now. So he decides to match shield, so this is absolutely fine. I'm going to get off another Weather Ball. This is where Cherrim is super spammy. So at this point, he's going to basically have to commit 2 shields because he committed one of them. So if he wants to maintain switch advantage. So he's going to get off another charge move right here. I'm going to commit a shield. So I want to maintain switch advantage no matter what. This is really crazy because with very minimum health, we're actually trading shields and then it's a pretty crazy situation right here. I survive with like basically 1 HP to get off that Weather Ball. Out comes Skarmory, takes me out. It's fine. I have Registeel, which completely walls this Skarmory. And then he comes in with Meganium right here. So I impulsively go for Focus Blast. I don't know why. I probably should have gone for Flash Cannon. But it's not going to get this Meganium out. But this is a really interesting game. This is a really problematic situation for me because I have Whiscash at the back, which is going to be weak to Frenzy Plant. But I switch on the Earthquake to Whiscash. Frenzy Plant would have one-shotted my Whiscash, so I couldn't have. Now my opponent is basically going to have to throw another charge move because there's that Blizzard threat and every Meganium does not want to take that chance and he's also getting low. So basically I've drained this Meganium completely on energy and I still have almost a Flash Cannon ready to go and I'm able to get this off on this Meganium. Now this is pretty much GG's right here because Skarmory is not going to be able to do a whole lot. The fact my only win condition there was being able to catch that Earthquake with Whiscash, which I managed to do. So yeah, that's probably one of the better plays I've done in recent times, to be honest. Kind of proud of that. So he's going to get off a Sky Attack. There's basically nothing he can do right here. I'm going to be able to get off 2 Focus Blasts. Even if Flash Cannon wouldn't do a whole lot of damage and it's going to take him quite a while to get there. So it's pretty much GG's right here. He's going to get off another charge move. I don't know, Flash Cannon, Sky Attack, nothing's going to KO. He's probably in Flash Cannon range at this point, so I can go straight for it. So I go straight for the Flash Cannon and then we get the win. So he's going to be able to take out the Skarmory. We take, after a little bit of lag right here, and we take it out. So 3-0, really positive start to this team. Like I said, a lot of clutch situations that this team can really work in, and this happens to be one of them. But this is actually a pretty difficult matchup because Meganium at the back was kind of tricky. It's going to be able to do well against both Whiscash and Registeel. So moving into the fourth battle right here, we are met with a Azumarill. This is a very positive matchup for us. I'm expecting the swap right away into Skarmory. This is fine. I'm going to throw the Weather Ball and bail into Registeel because this Weather Ball is going to be doing super effective damage. Now that's the thing about Cherrim. That's the other positive aspect of Cherrim, is the fact that it can handle some of the flyers, right? Except for Altaria, which is also powered dragon. It can basically at least deal neutral damage to flyers because it can spam out those Weather Balls. Now, it's unlike Meganium, which gets completely walled by flyers. Cherrim definitely has play, especially against a Skarmory, which it can be doing super effective damage. Now out comes Registeel. I'm going to get off a Focus Blast, being able to take out the Skarmory right here. He has the Mud Boy, so he has Whiscash. Gonna try and get off this Focus Blast, hoping to get a shield or get the health. It's fine. We still have Sunny Cherrim at the back. He's running double water strategy. I'm gonna try out the strategy later on as well. It's similar to the double Mud Boy strategy, but you're running Azumarill instead of Swampert here. You're running Skarmory, Azumarill, and then Whiscash, which is a pretty solid team actually. So my opponent decides to not shield the Focus Blast, so now I'm going to throw the Flash Cannon. He's going to be forced to shield on this one, even though Flash Cannon wouldn't have taken it out. I switched immediately to Whiscash because I don't want him to farm me down. So I go into Whiscash, he switches into Azumarill, which is absolutely fine because I'm going to be able to spam out these Mud Bombs, and we are up 2 shields to 0. So in this situation, this is a really positive situation for Whiscash because I'm going to be able to absolutely spam these Weather Balls. As you can see, we've already gotten the opposing Azumarill down to 50% health. Definitely going to be shielding this up. Doesn't matter even if it's an Ice Beam. It ends up being a play rough. So there's probably a play rough Hydro Pump Azumarill. So I'm going to go straight for another Mud Bomb right here. And this gets Azumarill well into the red. Now I'm going to go straight for another Mud Bomb right here. This should hopefully KO this Azumarill, and it kind of does. Yes, it does KO the Azumarill. Now we're met with an opposing Whiscash. This Whiscash has a bunch of energy. I'm going to be shielding this up because it's going to be Blizzard and it's going to come close to taking out my Whiscash. So I'm going to go straight for the Mud Bomb, hoping to get the final shield right here. At this point, this Whiscash is probably in Weather Ball range from my Sunny Cherrim. So he's going to get off another charge move. It's probably going to be another Blizzard. It's probably going to take out my Whiscash. It does. It's absolutely fine. Still have a little bit of health on my Registeel, but more importantly, I have Cherrim, and I don't even need to get off a charge move because Bullet Seed is enough to take it out. So GG's, 4 wins to 0 right here. At this point, unlike really soaring, I think this team is like absolutely perfect. But in this match, we encounter one of the hardest Pokemon to deal with when you're facing this team. So let's get straight into that. Let's see what it is. It's basically going to be an Altaria, right? So Altaria does really well against this team because it completely walls Sunny Cherrim. Whiscash also doesn't do great because it's a very bait dependent matchup because mud shots, Mud Bombs double resisted as opposed to Blizzard, which is double super effective. So the name of the game is basically to land that Blizzard. So typically in these situations, I safe switch into Registeel because I want to hopefully line up the Altaria with my Whiscash at the back when shields are down. So then I can guaranteed land a Blizzard so that I don't have to worry about baiting and everything. So at this point, I'm just going to let it go because there's no way I can win out this matchup. Whiscash is going to be able to spam the heck out of me. So I'm going to get off this Flash Cannon, hopefully draw a shield right here, but we don't get the shield, which is absolutely fine. So it does some reasonable chip damage. I couldn't have gotten to a Focus Blast, which is why I decided to go for the Flash Cannon. I go straight into Sunny Cherrim. I decided to shield this up. I don't know why I did this. Probably shouldn't have shielded it up because it just ends up being a Mud Bomb. Out comes Altaria and I go straight into Whiscash. So here's the mistake I make, right? So one of the biggest mistakes is when you're up in a Whiscash Altaria matchup, you always have to shield the moves. It doesn't matter if it's a Sky Attack or a Dragon Pulse because the subsequent Dragon Breaths are absolutely going to shred. So at this point, he's got a shield, so I'm going to have to essentially bait with Mud Bomb. But even if I bait successfully like I do here, I'm not going to be able to get to that Blizzard because Dragon Breath does so much damage. There's basically nothing I can do right here because Sunny Cherrim gets absolutely walled by Altaria. So I don't know what I'm trying. Am I going for the Solar Beam? That was a very poor play because Solar Beam is double resisted. But anyway, I mean, it's pretty much GG's right here. There's nothing I can do against this Altaria. He's going to be able to take me out. So that's my only loss of this set. So that's something to learn from. This team is definitely slightly soft to Altaria, especially on the lead. If you want an Altaria, you want to catch it at the back because Registeel has a pretty good matchup against it. So that's it for this particular set of battles. again, a pretty interesting team combination, I would say. So yeah, so there are actually quite a few weaknesses to this team, to be completely honest. Like I said, Altaria is one of the biggest ones. Also, this team actually, but otherwise, apart from that, this team actually does pretty well against a lot of the core meta. You have a Azumarill counter and Cherrim. Cherrim actually doubles up as an Azumarill and a Registeel counter because of its access to Weather Ball and Solar Beam. Then you have Whiscash, which is the hard counter for Registeel. And then also you have Registeel to hold anchor for this team, because Registeel at the back can be really solid to kind of hold anchor to a lot of the just in case, because Cherrim is so squishy, just to have that option of Registeel on the back can really help, especially against some of the flyers that that both Whiscash and Cherrim are kind of going to struggle against. So you have Registeel, which completely walls most flyers. So yeah, we are making slow progress here, moving up to 2067 on the leaderboards. Okay, so let's do a quick analysis of this team. We're going to be heading over to PV Poke. So I'm going to just simulate this team right here and then rate it. So if you look at this scorecard, this team actually has quite, as you can see, Altaria is going to be a bit of a problem right here, with both Whiscash and Registeel have narrow wins against Altaria. Sunny Cherrim obviously does not have wins against Altaria. This team has very good Registeel counters, as you can see right here. Two of my Pokemon are able to beat Registeel. So as we move right here, down right here, we have, this team has a threat score of 672, and overall, it's going to be weak against quite a few, like maybe Dark, Electric, Ground, Ice, Normal, and Rock. So I think one of the biggest weaknesses of this team, like I said during the course of this video, is going to be Altaria in the lead, because if you switch in your, especially, you can't just switch in your Whiscash when shields are up, because Altaria is absolutely going to destroy Whiscash. But when shields are down, Whiscash is probably going to have a better matchup against Altaria. But Registeel is basically your only safe switch option, and then if they have a Mudboy at the back, then it's pretty much GG. So that scenario can be a pretty hard scenario to play out. So it's actually a pretty solid team if you look at it. Sunny Cherrim is not as overutilized as, I mean, it's probably slightly undervalued, I would say, by the community. Probably not utilized as much as it probably should be, because I think it's got some really good play in Go Battle League. Now, if you go over to the PV Poke rankings right here, I'm gonna go and check Sunny Cherrim. So we have, let's see now. We have Sunny Cherrim at rank 133. Now this, even with the Bullet Seed buff, it's not great, but just look at the key matchups right here. It basically takes out Azumarill, Registeel, Swampert, Hypno, and Meganium. Now these are top 5 Pokemon basically. I mean, like, these are easily amongst the best Pokemon in Great League, and the fact that Sunny Cherrim has a win matchup or a win condition against all 5 of these Pokemon, and probably a lot more than these as well. It's obviously got a good matchup against Whiscash and any of the Mud Boys and other potential grass types as well. Also, it has a pretty decent matchup against Skarmory. It is a losing matchup, but it's going to be able to spam out those weather balls. But the fact that it has such a great matchup against so many different Pokemon makes it a really great option. So if it's a great option, guys, and a lot of people would not like to deal with the Sunny Cherrim. Like personally, the reason I decided to utilize it is because when I was running with my team, it was a team that gave a lot of problems to my Azumarill, Registeel, Meganium line, being able to deal super effective damage across the board there. So it's something that I really struggled with. So I decided to just try it out, and it worked. It worked beautifully. So, and then we have Whiscash. It has a winning matchup against Registeel and Altaria. Obviously does lose to Azumarill because it does not have any nuke moves against Azumarill. Does definitely beat Defense Form Deoxys because it's going to basically resist all of its charge moves, basically Rock Slide and Thunderbolt. And obviously it's going to be able to beat Alolan Marowak, and also surprisingly Skarmory as well. That's a pretty good matchup. And obviously it's going to be weak to all the grass types, which is expected. And then, yeah, Registeel, I mean, there's nothing to add there. It's one of the best Pokemon in Great League. Now, it's very difficult for me to leave Azumarill out of this matchup because of how amazing Azumarill can be in most situations. But the fact that in this particular situation, because I'm using Whiscash, I don't feel the necessity to have 2 water types in my lineup. So I feel like this is the best team composition for this particular scenario, the way I'm using it. Now you could lead with Cherrim or you could lead with Whiscash, either one of those. I would recommend having Registeel in the back, just have that cover option just in case, because having that Registeel option in the back is going to be really good, especially again when you encounter some flyers. So Overall, I would say definitely a pretty solid team. Worth trying it out. Like I said, it does have a few weaknesses, but nothing too alarming. It's going to be able to deal most of whatever is there at the meta. Doesn't get absolutely walled by any one single Pokemon across the board. Has pretty consistent matchups against most Pokemon that you're commonly likely to see. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this helped. If it did, please give it a big thumbs up. I know it's probably not that interesting. I'm going to try and make these commentaries and these analysis a lot more interesting. I feel like I probably rushed through this a little bit more, maybe try and slow it down and take it a little slowly and probably give a more in-depth analysis. But definitely working on that 100%. I'm going to get better, guys, I promise. Because like I said, I'm just starting out. Haven't done battle commentaries as much, although I've always done it within my mind. I haven't explicitly done it like I've been doing right here. So hopefully you guys understand, and if you've really made it this far into the video, I want to thank you so much, because it means so much to me that you've really spent 15 to 20 minutes of your time being able to watch this. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you really soon with another fun Pokemon Go PvP video. Cheers!